How's everyone feeling? Is everyone good? Yeah. Jackie, hashtag first. I see you. How you doing, Jackie? Jackie, how you doing? Are you doing good? And hello to everyone else. Hello. How are you? Are you guys good?
Okay.
Ethan, how are you?
Oh, dude, I am fine. Maleface_00 is all good in the hood. For all those who watched the stream last week, that's a joke for you guys specifically. But yeah, I'm doing all good, doing fine. How you doing, man?
Male stream. Anyways.
You remember last week? No, you remember.
I don't remember.
I came back from the bathroom.
Oh.
Never mind.
Did you have a good pee?
Oh.
Was it a good stream? Was it healthy? Was the color good?
Dude, just watch last week's stream, which you still have to put up on the YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah, I shall do so. I was very hesitant to putting it because all we're doing is just writing. So I wanna, when the script is finished, I'll put both of the episodes up, as like in the making, you know. But if we're doing normal podcast, then I'll just do the normal podcast, and I'll put it immediately on YouTube. But at the moment, there's no episodes, just to give those who actually came to the web series an opportunity to be like, I know these jokes, I know these inside jokes and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Other than that, how's your week been? How's your week been?
Don't even ask.
I know, because it's gonna literally, if you go back into the previous episodes, it will be like, Ethan, how's your week been? Oh man, it's all the same. I've just been doing nothing. Ethan, how's your week been? Oh man, it's all the same. I've actually just been doing nothing. Ethan.
Yeah, like
this is low-key an intervention.
Oh gosh.
Come on, stream, help me, chat. This is an intervention for Ethan.
Actually, I just remember now. I think my memory's not the best. One interesting thing did actually happen over the past week. Guys, I actually went to this guy's house so that we could go over some tips because we have to drop off some footage.
Oh my word! Never have Ethan in your home.
Oh.
Never have him in your home. It's actually the worst thing ever. He's such a needy person.
What is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong. There's a lot wrong with me, actually. Just low-key, there is a lot wrong. No, it was actually a treat. We spent most of the time just discussing the edits and how the film is going. We've actually, like, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so what's going on is that we've stopped looking at the script entirely, and we're now editing like in the way that the film feels like it needs to be, you know. We're trying to feel out the film, and this is how it wants to develop, so that's how we want it to be.
Yeah, for those you don't know, like, that is often something that's often a very necessary step you have to do when it comes to making a film. You know, sometimes the script is you have intentions for the script, but the editor becomes something completely different. A film that could have been about one topic becomes a film about another topic initially, and it's not really something that is very new in our experience, because even when we were still writing the script, it had to go through so many changes, one of which being rewriting the entire thing, like 2 or 3 days before we actually had to start shooting. And that was a big loss.
Very true. And we spoke about it in our previous episode of the podcast. It was a huge step. I don't think I'll ever do something like that ever again. I might actually have to.
Never say never.
I might have to, but I don't want to do that ever again because it was so stressful. But now, moving forward, we are now like in the editing process. We've done, I think, 2 or 3 episodes, and now we're just looking to spice it up and do like something different for each episode, so that it like is kind of unique, but at the same time carrying the same story throughout. So that's what we're trying to do. And again, it is proving very difficult, but it's an interesting difficult. It's not like impossible to do. But yeah, that's where we were at. But this whole week, I think majority of the week I spent it doing some assignments, catching up with the assignments that I missed out, and just making sure that I can hand them in before like the final due date, so I can actually write my exams and actually get my qualifications. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Oh yeah, and also had a stream early on this week for my birthday stream. Whoop whoop. And then yeah, I don't even think I've been watching any movies or anything of that sort. I've just been like looking at art. I've been streaming on the other days. I've also been I've just been catching up on assignments. So no room for media consumption, which is kind of sad. Although I am doing a on one of my assignments, I am doing I had to rewatch Louder Than Bombs, which is again an amazing movie. Louder Than Bombs just makes you think in a different way. It utilizes defamiliarization. Big word. Big things.
Dude, don't go teaching them our subject now. They're just they're gonna be bored. Like,
what do you mean? People are here to listen to film.
Bruh, if you throw big words, people are gonna ask
podcast.
what the meanings are, but then eventually they're gonna become sick. Like, bruh, don't give us a lecture, man. We don't go to the same class as you.
You see, the thing is that's what you feel because you don't like class. Nino, I see you there. How you doing? Big vibes. Huh?
I did in class more than you, dude. I'm pretty sure it's the other way around.
What do you mean? What do you mean you attend class more than I do? Okay,
What's
buddy?
that? I mean exactly that.
Okay,
I mean exactly
buddy.
that.
Okay, now you're trying to out me? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You try to out me, it's all good. It's all good.
This NJ is like trying to get your attention.
Notice me, senpai. I do. I notice you. How you doing? How's everyone's November doing? How what's been clapping? What's been crack-a-lacking? I see that. And also, Nina, did you enjoy the present I gave you? So on Wednesday on stream, I was giving people artworks that I've done. Just in celebration of my birthday, just giving them out to people, those people that supported me on my stream. So again, if you guys didn't know, on other days I do my art streams and I do artworks on streams, and we also react with chat and all that jazz. So it's quite interesting. It was really nice. I created a work, I created a piece of art, and I gave it to some of my viewers. Notably, I gave it to Lava Pancakes, who's not in stream at the moment. I also gave one to Justin J, which is Nino. And I gave... Our birthdays are 1 day apart. Oh my word! Happy birthday! Why you no say anything? Why you no say anything? But happy birthday, dude. I didn't even know. But now I know. Now we can do a joint stream next year. It goes from my stream and then leads off into your stream. That sounds like a good idea. But yeah, I was giving them away. I was giving away some pieces. So if you guys are still interested in the pieces, I'll give the pieces away today in the stream. Just message me. Actually, first follow my my Instagram, and then from there on we can lead into you guys choosing which ones you want, and then I can give it to you guys. Anyways, that's besides the point. So that's my week. What are we doing today? What are we doing today?
Okay, for those who didn't tune in last week, what we started doing is we've basically had a bit of a writer's den sort of thing. Motsiba had a poll for like what video game you'd want us to write a script for, and we just wrote that script on stream. It's incomplete, which is why we're doing part 2 today. We are adapting a short story from Rainbow Six Siege, and this deals with the Night Haven CTU. Do you want to give them a rundown of the story, or how far we've come?
Yeah. So, if you guys aren't familiar with Rainbow Six Siege and the community of Rainbow and just the whole game and all that, the Tom Clancy universe. So Rainbow Six Siege is just a tactical shooter game with a bunch of operators, and you get to choose who you want to play as and all that jazz. You just go in, and it's a 5v5. right? 5v5, kind of like team deathmatch type of vibe, and you just go around and you complete objectives. Like you have to defend. It's defending versus attacking and all that jazz. But we're not interested in the game itself, right? We're not interested in the game itself. We are interested in the fact that the game has interesting characters. So such as Ash. All the operators have their own backstories. Savage Panda, what it do, baby? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you feeling fantastic? Because I'm feeling fantastic. Fruitish, hello! Oh my word! I've been watching you. I'm so glad that you're here. Hope you enjoy the community. Hope you enjoy films, because that's what we're all going to be talking about today. Just massive film nerds. So yeah, so we are actually just interested in the fact that Rainbow Six Siege has a lot of characters and a lot of backstories in their characters, and they also release really interesting cinematics. If you guys don't know, Rainbow Six Siege releases cinematics about their characters, or the operators that they have, and all that jazz. So it is quite a huge universe that they've built, and that's just excluding like the Division and Ghost Recon Wildlands and all that stuff. All that massive big universe that they've created, you know. So yeah, that's what we've been doing, and we've decided to do a story on Nighthaven, as Ethan said. And Nighthaven is the faction which is like, it's a private military organization that also does the same thing as the Rainbow program, which they are guns for hire. And yeah, that's how far we've gotten, and like that's just a basic background story of all the direction that we're going. Thank you, Fruitish, for the follow. Hope you're doing amazing. Thank you very much appreciated. So okay, so we were doing the interactions between Nighthaven and Rainbow, and in the story we have Harry, who is the current 6, which is the leader or the organizer and like the head of the Rainbow program. And we have Ash, who is one of the operators in Rainbow. And what is the title again? She's the head of I can't even remember.
I don't fully remember either.
Yeah, well, she's like kind of the leader of the front forward.
Acting leader of forward operations.
Yeah, she's the acting leader of forward operations, and she's like technically the right-hand man for Harry, who is currently the current 6. And the conversation goes between Harry, Ash, and Kali and Wamai. So Kali and Wamai are the 2 operators that are in Nighthaven, Kali being the leader and Wamai being the same kind of position as Ash, who is the right-hand man. So yeah, this is just a discussion of like what the terms and deals that they have between each other, and also like the operation that they're about to embark on. This is just the toned down version. After we've done the script, we are going to post it on the Twitter, on my Twitter, and also on the Young. Actually, should we post it on the Young web series? No, I don't think it kind of fits, but I'll post it on my.
This thing's gonna be less than 6 pages, so we can actually post it. We can actually post on the Instagram, like just as screenshots of the script itself.
I mean, we can. So yeah, let's just get into the writing and see how far we've gotten and how close we are to actually finishing the script. So Ethan, listen. To be honest, I just allowed this project to just simmer, right? Just simmer in my mind. I allowed it. I didn't work on it, or I didn't look at it afterwards. I mean, we ended off with where did we end off? Okay, we ended off with.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. This is the point when Wamai just found out that Fuse is on the list of possible operatives. Operators. So that's when that whole conflict begins. He slides the photo over. Kali brings up the whole point about it. Harry says, you might not ever work with him. The final bit, the last bit we got up to in the script is when Carly says that's not the issue. So I need to build this conflict. How does it resolve? Like,
Because I mean, we did say
they begrudgingly accept, or because we got to figure that out before. They've got to figure that out moving forward.
yeah, we just need. Well, let's just figure out where we want it to end, because we want this meeting and this conversation that they have to end off like with the audience, or with them, with Nighthaven knowing that they have all the cards in their hands, like they holding the cards, right? And Harry's still getting what he wants, but like they also leave with knowing that there are certain deals that have been made, right?
Yep.
And so far, I think it is looking quite interesting, and I think that we are able to kind of end it. I think because I mean we need that hook that like pulls people in and to say, hey, what's up?
Okay, I fully understand that, but I do think that we may be getting ahead of ourselves. So let's first resolve the fuse conflict, and then we can bring out broad planning between that and the ending. So let's just at least get this conversation out of the way, and then we can focus on that, just to make things a bit easier.
Okay.
All right. So Harry brings up the fact that there's no guarantee that that they'll be working with Fuse. Carly's like, that's not the issue. I'm thinking complete silence, because Carly now just owns the room. You know, she brought up a complaint, and you know, if things go south, then they could not join, and then that could be a bigger threat. So I think the room should just be silent after she says that's not the issue, because you know, she runs this now.
Yeah, very true.
Room is silent. They all stay at each. Okay, I'm gonna go further up, because there's a bit where Ash grips a sidearm. I want to include that again, but I'm just not sure if it would be too repetitive. Ash would sentence. Okay. Oh, okay. Ash is completely fine because
But also remember that Ash and Carly are like kind of similar people, so they like in the way that they, because Carly's a leader of her force, Nighthaven, and Ash is kind of the acting leader of the like operations in Rainbow. So it's gonna be they have, it's like two opposing force or two similar forces coming and like, you know, causing conflict because they both want to be the leader and they're both being debriefed like leaders and stuff. I think that would be an interesting dynamic that would go around.
So you think we should have more conversation between Ash and Carly?
No, not like a conversation, but just if we can show it through the like just the way that the comments are just going in, instead of having a full-on conversation just by throwing comments at each other.
Okay, might have to elaborate because I think I missed something.
Okay, so I mean, let me just explain it simply. So Ash and Carly, similar people, right? They both leaders, and they both want to take control of the situation, you know. But because Carly has, like, again, Nighthaven has all the cards in their hands, she interjects and says, I don't want to work with these people. This is the issue. I rather work with my own people, right? Type of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, going forwards, and now there's, like, this conflict. There's this airy, this how do you explain this? This uneasy feeling in the air between Ash and Carly, because, again, Ash was very against the fact that Nighthaven should join. Hey, Sereno, how you doing? Long time no see. Where you been, buddy boy? How does it?
No, just okay. That's a good point. It just seemed as though like it didn't really apply to what the next bit was. It feels like it's just an aside you mentioned. Weird conversation stuff. I know. I was looking for a response that was directly related to the next thing I was writing, so I got a bit confused because
No, no,
what
no,
you
no,
said
not
seemed
not.
like an overall, like a general thing.
No, it's just a general like way that we could think about these conversations, and instead of like, also a general way that we can think about reactions and having this idea in their head that Ash's reaction is directly linked to the fact that she's being interjected while giving a mission briefing, and also doesn't like is not being like, you know, she's not feeling like she's the boss in this situation, because Kylie again is coming with mad energy with controlling the flow of this conversation, because she would like, oh my word, hey Sereno, thank you for the sub. How you doing? How you feeling? On Darus, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my man. I hope you enjoy the day. Do you want to actually I just want to mention something, a little bit of something in here. I think this interaction is so funny. So in the story we put in like an interaction between Wamai and Fuse, and I know for a fact that you have some mad nightmares on playing R6, because if you guys don't know, R6 is like Ace and I play R6 like every night, and with a bunch of my friends, which is Lava Pancakes and Route 9 if he's not here, and Jimmy. But
Australia, what?
There's a moment where there was one moment where when we played, and I think it was in Consulate or some area, and Fuse started top fusing, right? And these pucks are going everywhere, and Sean was on a killing spree, and then all of a sudden a puck comes in front of him and then he dies. There's a video on it. It's really, really funny. But again, this whole interaction that we wrote, this whole section here in the kill house, was inspired by your interaction with Fuse. I know you guys don't like Fuse. I actually personally like the character. He was one of the main characters in Attack that I mained. And I know for a fact Skydrift also mained the character, right?
Yeah, yep.
Skydrift mained the character. Fuse is a very interesting operator. And even though he's not getting as much love, I just wish he was a bit stronger. I don't think he's as strong as he was in the beginning, but Fuse is strong, and yeah. So
No, actually, dude, Fuse hasn't gotten weaker. Okay, he's just become less relevant. People know his tricks, so he's a bit. People know his tricks. That's why you get a little like you get less mileage out of it because everyone knows his tricks.
Okay, yeah, I think that's more.
But you got a buff as well. Like you got 4 pucks. You got 4 charges.
What is a fourth charge gonna do when you go upstairs and you clear top floor and then you have a mute first of all, or you have a Kavira that's roaming top and you just get instantly killed, and you don't get to, like in a match I don't even get to use all my pucks. I only use 1 and then I die.
Play smarter, I guess.
These fun to play, but those pellets are magnets. Dude, they are so fun to play. This champion is so fun to play, but like those pucks, though, I don't understand. Especially when it's a teammate playing Fuse. Exactly. You always manage to die from a teammate's Fuse pucks instead of an enemy's Fuse puck. That's why I stopped playing Fuse entirely, and I started maining Mont. I've now turned into a Mont main. That shield is so dangerous, and it's so nice being a drone and not having to shoot anyone. Literally easy games. And then your team can't blame you because you don't have a proper weapon, so you can't blame it on aim. You can't mess it up. You honestly can't. You just stand in the doorway. And I know Sean's gonna be like, Sean being Acerino, Sean's gonna be like, oh no, yet you still continue to mess it up. It's not my fault that when I communicate and say I'm gonna I'm pulling back. Everyone doesn't listen. Actually nobody listens to me. And then they like, but why did you move? I'm like, I'm moving back because I'm about to die. Mont is not like indestructible and all that stuff. If you throw a nitrocell at him, he does still take damage. And when teams are throwing nitrocells and impact grenades at you, you still take damage. It's not like you take no damage. So you have to think about it. You have to move around, maneuver. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, the character is really nice, and hopefully one day we'll make like we'll write an adaptation for Fuse, and also the Monts, all the Mont mains that want a new Mont cinematic that just solely focuses on Mont. Be amazing. Be so amazing. But yeah. Sean, do you have any other moments besides spraying down your enemies or spraying down your teammates? Actually, everyone's just oblivious to the fact that when Ace is holding an angle whenever we play, everyone just decides to casually walk over his spray and like but his team kills are unintentional, like completely it's just the stupidity of everyone around him. Whereas Route 9 is just blatantly killing people, his own teammates, just blatantly, for no reason. And I will never forget this. Last week when we played, I will never forget this moment. Never, ever forget this moment where he came, like we were winning, and he decides to kill the rando, and then he's like, and then it was a 1v, I think it was a 1v4. He decides to kill the rando. And when he kills the rando, we start losing, right? Because now we start losing. Now it's a 1v3, and then the other guy on the team, or the one guy on the enemy team, starts clutching and he starts killing everyone, and then he ends up killing Route 9, and then we lose the game. And then he's still like, oh my word, I don't even want to get into it because of how mad it makes me. Because the night before, he started flaming us for losing and doing dumb stuff. And then the next day, he does dumb stuff like this. Honestly. Standards. But yeah. R6. A very interesting game. I do wish that Ace would come back home and start streaming again. Because I want to watch his R6 content. If you guys didn't know, Ace is a streamer as well. He has been... He's been out of commission for some time because of school, but when he comes back, I want to see those 360 no scopes though. Ethan, how's the story going? Since I've just been rambling and interacting with chat.
It's going fine. I've highlighted a section which I think needs to work, but I think we found a correct direction we can go in. I took into account the conflict between Ash and Carly, so they start to snap, and now Harry's going to intervene. Yeah, so Harry's going to suggest that maybe every person you go on with, will be screened by us. Carly, how about... Okay, Carly. Yes. You may use your own team.
On this mission, like, who do you think Carly would take first, like, into battle? Because I know Wamai's come... Like, does Wamai have any aggressive... or attacking way to play? Because again, these operators aren't limited.
He takes down and go pew pew. That's all he needs.
All these operators aren't limited to being in a defensive role. There's no clear defense and attacking operators. So yeah, it's very interesting, just the way that this story is gonna play out, and hopefully, if this story is good enough and we've done a lot of like edits and changes, that we can send it to Ubisoft and see what goes on. You know, maybe they decide to be like, hey, these South African kids have written a story on our characters, and we'd like to make it an actual thing, you know. But the best way to do something like that is also to bring attraction to the story. So once we're done, we're gonna post it on some subreddits, on the R6 subreddits, post it on Twitter, and have people react to it, and then maybe get the attention of Rainbow. Because I mean, who better to write stories, to write fanfics of or amazing ideas for cinematics than the fans themselves, and especially that like we are filmmakers, like and story writers and all that stuff. So we've had the training, and yeah. So Ubisoft, if you are anyone remotely related to Ubisoft, if you are listening, come check out our story. Make a good.
Speaking of fan-made content, like the fans really knowing the story, I'm assuming you have seen Astartes, right?
A star?
Astartes.
No.
It was featured on Chrono Crew's videos a few times. Yeah, but it's a Warhammer. It's a Warhammer story that was all animated by like I think 1 or 2 dudes. It's just a really cool Warhammer animation. Like 5 episodes so far with varying lengths, but yeah, it follows one of the campaigns in the Warhammer 40k story, and it's just very, very well done. Like it's a silent story, and okay, I don't think it's silent. I think it's minimal dialogue, but it looks flippin' fantastic, and more being made. The story is still going somewhere. Just on your own time, just search. Actually, let me just put it in chat because I feel like I'm not pronouncing it right.
Wait, send it to me, and then I will
after the stream, but it's in the chat currently if anyone wants to search it on their own time.
Segasaurus Rex, how you doing? How you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Dylan, dude, how you doing, Dylan? And second of all, you work for. I don't even know what you do. 2 days ago, you were telling me about how you might, if we don't hear from you ever again, we should find you at this location. I'm very sus of you right now, because you come in Discord, you sit there and you tell us that you give us some weird awkward vibes, and then you say you work for Ubisoft all of a sudden. I don't know what to think about you. Segasaurus, you want to try R6? Please go for it. It's actually a really fun game. Best to play with friends. Don't play with randos, because communication is key in that game, and it's really interesting. If you like shooter games, you'll be really good or interested or enjoy. You'll really enjoy R6 because it's really fun. It is actually a really fun game. And ask Ace, he can vouch for it. The game's really fun. How am I doing? Oh, I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good, very well, very fantastic at this point in time. We're just writing a story again on R6, and just the way, and also like kind of making a fanfic of different situations in R6. We've actually just chosen to do one on Nighthaven. If you don't know, Nighthaven's one of the newer factions added to R6, or what do you call it? Operators. Operators added to R6, so it's really cool. Oh lol, there were sketchy guys at work, that's all. Oh my word, I thought you were actually in trouble. What do you mean sketchy guys? Describe them to me. Like, how sketchy is sketchy? Jacket, trench coat, looking like someone from the mafia, you know, something like that. Like, they just came in with a huge suitcase, just full of money. Oh well, not suitcase, briefcase full of money, and then going in. That's what I find sketchy. Well, then again, I'm a filmmaker, so I over dramatize everything. Here's an idea. So I'm reading this.
Okay, the yellow is the bit where they're snapping. I do feel that it's a bit too short. Therefore, that's why it's highlighted, so we can just return to it later. Because the snapping does feel like it happens a bit too quickly.
No, this is fine.
Okay, now we wanted to include Ace in the story somewhere because the scenario of them going to that oil rig like is incomplete.
No,
And
no, no, no,
what
no,
did we
no, no.
decide on?
So it's we're not going to add Ace. I don't want to add any more characters per se. I just want to keep it because I mean, if we do add another character, we will have to write another story, and I want to do an Ace story on its own.
Okay, but we have to understand that the oil rig scenario is incomplete. It ends when Momai swims up the legs of the rig. How does it continue?
Oh, okay. So it was supposed to be. There's a lot of cuts. So what happens is it's a cut. It starts off in the helicopter. They briefed about the oil rig, and then Momai jumps into the water. It cuts again, and then you see the scene where they're in the corridor. They're in like the oil rig, right? And they're busy shooting at the enemies, and Momai says, "Take cover," and all you hear, and then there's a cut, there's bullets flying through, and then all you hear is magnet online, and then because Momai throws his magnet gadget. And
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking specifically about the whole oil rig thing.
Yeah. I'm explaining.
Momai swims to the legs of the rig. He looks up there. The kill house is like a completely different thing.
No. It's not the kill house. It's the oil rig thing.
Yeah, but you mentioned the kill house. That
No, I didn't. I said, just listen. I'm gonna explain it slowly. Okay. It starts off right. It starts off with them in the helicopter. Momai dives down it like dives down and climbs up and goes like an alternate route into the oil rig, whereas Kali just stands there. Goes from the helicopter, lands down, and goes and clears everyone from the top. They manage to get themselves into like the one of the blocks in the oil rig, and like as that happens, it cuts to black, and then you get a lot of gunfire. All you hear is take cover, and then the gunfire, and it cuts to black, and then Momai throws his gadget, and one of the terrorists or whoever's holding the oil rig captive. So we agreed on Somalian pirates. They throw the grenade, and it gets trapped by Momai's gadget, but it explodes, thus causing Momai and Ash to get caught. I mean, Momai and Kali to get caught in an elevator, and that's what like allows for Ace to come in to save them, and that's where the story
I just want to include Ace.
No, as in we know. So I'm saying stuff, but the Ace coming in to save them isn't there. In Kali's bio, the reason why Ace is part of Nighthaven is because Ace saved her life, right? Now, because Ace saved her life, now we know if you are now, this is just a thing for the fans. So if the fans have read the bio and know about Ace, they know that that's where Ace would come in. This is just like a teaser for a character. We're not actually putting Ace in. We're just hinting at the idea that he's there. Much like how we hinted at the idea that the person who threw the who had that device that nearly killed Momai was Fuse. You know,
Okay,
except we actually said it was Fuse like later on. Where in this one we don't necessarily.
But that's not my question. That still doesn't answer my question. Like when? It was a question of when are we implementing that? Like at the very end?
Yeah,
like right
it ends. So this is chronologically in order. No. In the flashback, in the same flashback, to state that, because in that conversation, what was said is that there's a reason why Nighthaven cannot function in other countries. They can't function in other countries because, and this is not canon, but we assume that it's because there's a failed mission that caused them to be not trusted in the other countries. And now we're showing flashbacks to the failed mission, which is the one that happened in Somalia. And this is what happened with the pirates, and they got trapped in an elevator. And that's when Ace came to save them. So that whole interaction, I like, as again, you see a 3, 2, 1, Momai dives inside, flashback. This is the voiceover of Harry explaining that that he's gonna wipe their slate clean if they spend some time with them, right? And then it cuts to the assault rifles is heard, right? And then Kylie's shooting her rifle. You hear that. Man gets shot with from like a 12 X scope, and this whole thing can happen in, like, you hear assault rifles getting shot. Kylie shoots someone with a rifle. That happens in the corridor, like inside the building of the oil rig. And then Wamai dives down, or we can actually take out that Wamai dives down part and climbs up the side. And then we can add something like Wamai and Kylie find cover in an elevator shaft, thus allowing them to allowing for Wamai to throw his gadget to kind of act defensively. You know, to kind of use it as a defensive measure, so that when he throws the grenade and it gets stuck by this trap, it explodes and the elevator shaft goes down, and then they get trapped in the elevator shaft. And then that's where now we know that is already set up. We can come back to that in a later story, or just leave it like that. But it is mentioned in Kylie's brief that Ace came to save them in one of their missions. And one of the missions was in Somalia or something like that. Yeah. So that's just the train of thought that I'm going with this flashback. Instead of giving too much information and being like, oh, now we're adding an extra character, because we don't want to oversaturate this with so many characters. But we do want to mention that we want to hint at the fact that it could or couldn't be Ace's intro, you know? But we know, or the way we're discussing it, we know for a fact that this is Ace's intro.
Dude, stop right there. You're kind of rambling for a bit. Let's go back to this whole bit. Where do we follow on with this? Because right now we just ended the fuse into action. Yeah. Right? Well, Mai's like, no shoot at, and Harry says he confirms, he won't be working with fuse. Now, are we cutting towards the end of the meeting, or is there still another plot point like this that we want to?
No, I feel like this should be the end of the meeting, because the way we've planned out the story so far, it has a beginning, middle, and ending. So it's not like we don't want to oversaturate it because it's such a short story. I feel that when it comes to around this time, we can start ending it off and then revise the script again, go look through it again, and see what we can what we can do from here on out, like how we can change small parts of the script, make it good,
so make it bad. I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna have it cut to the end where now the sun is setting to show that they've been in there for a while, because I don't think a briefing would just take like 5 minutes.
Of course.
Sun is setting out.
I mean, we've added all the important things that we did want to add in the story, which is also something that we wanted to do, like all the Easter eggs that we wanted to add. Hopefully to like in stories like that, I as a like when I watch films or when I watch things that are set in certain universes, I love Easter eggs like that. I like just hinting at the fact that this could or couldn't be the character that they're talking about. And I know Marvel films do that a lot, or at least the earlier Marvel films before they actually did the Marvel cinematic universe, and also DC films do that. And I think what is that dude's name that did the Split, and M. Night Shyamalan did that also. M. Night Shyamalan. We don't acknowledge his rendition of Avatar, The Last Airbender. That is not a movie. That is not a movie. That is not something that he did. It it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I think he should scrub that from his timeline of actual things that he's done and stick to Split and all that stuff. But I don't know. What was your opinion on Glass? Have you seen Glass?
I did see Glass. I liked it for what it was, but I can tell it was a bit of a weak movie. And I do think it was kind of dumb for him to try and make it go beyond that.
What is the strongest movie then in his franchise? Because I really enjoyed Split. I think what's Unbreakables was like okay.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy Unbreakable too much. I'm not really a fan of M. Night Shyamalan himself. Like, Split was okay, but I guess I can tell people do a lot more because they were familiar with Unbreakable. So I'm not a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan by himself. Even his best movies just don't really gel with me. That movie with the aliens, I saw that when I was a kid, and even then I was like, okay.
Jackie says that he didn't even bother watching Glass. Why didn't you bother? I mean, was it not good enough, or do you think that sequels are like not that bad, not that great?
Unbreakable is best bet for the acting. Yeah, I guess Unbreakable was the strongest movie, but I still didn't like it all that much.
Yeah, Split's acting was really cool. It looked cuck, but like, okay, that I agree. I can accept that it didn't look appetizing, and you didn't want to like watch it because it didn't look nice. But are you ever gonna go back and watch it? Like, are you gonna do that? Or are you just gonna leave it and not know how the story ends? That's also one thing about sequels that I literally am so afraid of, is that your first movie could be really good and then people could not watch your second movie because they're not interested. Because you did so well in the first one. And as filmmakers, that's something that like is so that we have to kind of go through. And also understand that when we do make films, you still have a body of work that you did before, and there are some stuff that you did before, and if it's not good, it could possibly hinder you from getting, you know, from people watching your next films, especially like when you change styles. I think a filmmaker, I can't remember other filmmakers that have done something like this, but again, another example would be M. Night Shyamalan. He's used to doing like Unbreakables and all those types of movies, like psychological horrors, and then he goes and does Avatar: Last Airbender. It's such a huge change. People already know him for doing movies that are like Split and like Breaking Bad, The Unbreakables, and now he's doing this, which doesn't really make sense. But it's fine. It's done. He has done it.
Use rendezvous as a verb.
Rendezvous.
Oh yeah, I'm checking if you can use it as a verb.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay, sick. Sure. Yeah. I just checked. We can. Okay, so that's how you spell it with a Z. Wow. Okay, we rendezvous in 2 days. Okay, we need an excuse to kind of like bring up the end of the Ulrich scenario, because
do we have to end it off?
It has to pay off in some way. Because people can clearly tell it's half of the story.
Yeah, but R6 normally does that. They normally, in their cinematics, if you go look at their cinematics, they never like finish it off. They never tell you the whole story.
Yeah,
I've never seen.
But there's still, even if we followed that, there's still an incomplete section, even in the rules of that. Let me just find it.
Should we go? Should we? Yeah.
Okay, assault fires her. Kali shoots from rifle. Man getting shot from the view of a 12 times scope. Even in terms of Siege as incomplete stories, it's still incomplete even by that logic. There has to be at least some sort of payoff. We can't have the final shot of that bit when a man gets shot from the view of a scope.
You can still. I mean, let me try find an example of something like that, because it's like in story, like because it's written like this, there is still a lot of action that goes into it. It's not going to be like this short. It's going to be like Kylie taking out a rifle, kind of aiming down the barrel, and then shooting at someone, and then boom, the person's she's just mowing people down with the sniper, then cuts to black, and then we can either restructure it. I mean, we can take out this part and have a Kali, like, or I don't know, man. But I still think that it is possible for you to be able to kind of have the story going halfway and leaving, like, starting as late as possible and leaving as early as possible, so that it shows as a flashback, as like a Vietnam War flashback memory, something like that. Because they don't really tell you
but we can't take the example of this using a Vietnam War flashback, because people already know the experiences of Vietnam or wars like that. This is specifically a mission. We've set it up for which there is a goal.
Okay,
I'm not convinced we should edit it at 50%, 75%. Maybe, but there has to be something going off. Because honestly, just leaving it as is, sounds lazy.
Do you want to have
Show
more?
me examples. Show me examples.
Do you want to have more in the story?
The flashback needs to go somewhere. It can't just end.
Where do you think it could possibly go then?
That's why I'm talking to you about this. Like, we need an excuse to finish the flashback if we're not going to interject it somewhere earlier.
Because the purpose of the flashback, well, we can still go on, but what we don't want to do again is to outright say that there's another character.
Well, we won't have to include that. We're not tied to that idea of like showing that there is another guy in Nighthaven. We're not completely tied to that.
So what we can do is show how badly the mission went. Like, you can
show. Okay. Remember. Like, the reason that they brought it up was when Kali spoke about. Wait a minute. Why don't you want us to work in these countries? Harry asks, "Are you serious?" That's why the flashback was brought in the first place. So the rig could just explode or something.
Yeah, the rig could possibly explode.
So it could cut to where, like, maybe Mawai is running through a corridor and Kali is like still on the helicopter. Then all of a sudden, like, Mawai has a misfire. Boom! The whole, like, boom. There's a large fire in the center of the rig. The pirates they kill their VIP dies, or their VIP, like, gets injured or something, and then, like, they're just, like, brooding on the way home with having failed their mission or something like that.
Okay, do we want to have Wamai be, like, an actual like bad person? Because if, like, let's think about it psychologically now. He's done this, so his gadget misfired. It, like, you put it in a non-safe place.
I think it's gadget misfired. That's just like it's just a scenario.
Yeah. I'm just playing. I'm playing on that scenario now because I also think it's a good idea. So his gadget does like, he puts it on a supporting column in the oil rig. It causes the elevator shaft to crash and causes, like, a whole portion of that area to, like, collapse and crumble and start catching on fire. Thus, like, having multiple casualties, like, not like, okay, let's not say people died, because I don't want to paint them as, like, it's a failed mission, like an extreme fail. But
why not though? Why not though?
Do you want them to be painted like that?
Well,
is
that's
that
the thing.
like,
remember, Nighthaven are considered villains. Like, they only team up with it because they're a threat, not because they legitimately want to work with it, but because they're a threat. So we shouldn't rule out casualties.
So we want to paint them as, like, the anti-hero type of light.
Yes.
Okay,
dude,
then
I just thought of something. We have this flashback, and like, Wamai, we have this whole bit where Wamai does something that kind of causes a lot of casualties, and then the story continues as normal, and let's say Wamai and Kali, they get into a helicopter and leave. Ash and Harry are talking. Ash asks him, "So what happened with that oil rig?" Harry could just walk into the building, leaving Ash there. Is like, it exploded.
Chad, what do you think about that story? That sounded fire. That sounded like mischievous, because now it shows how much information Harry actually has, being the head of R6. How much information he has, and how little Ash knows, right? And how little, like, it's not actually like an equal power thing, because he is the boss and he knows so much about everything. He kind of plays as the oracle of the team, or of, like, he's the oracle type of character in R6. Jesus. Anyways, what the hell? I see you in chat. How you doing? We were just nerding out over these concepts of R6. It literally this is what it is being a scriptwriter in the writing den. We literally like can go hours and hours just like not arguing, but just discussing the middle sections of the like little minute sections of the story, and then we need to like say, wait, okay, if we're not going this way, we need to like have a compromise and go another way. So that's like a prime example of what we were just doing right now. So yeah, dude, that section, the way the story sounds is really good. Oh, I think Jackie and oh, Joey, how you doing, Joey? How you doing? Are you good, Joey? Joey, are you good? Yeah, this story is actually very interesting.
Okay, I want Carly to bring up the whole bit about the countries thing again, like just one sentence, you know, like maybe she could say something like, "We're fine now, but I want to talk about this again at some point." You know, like she wants to bring up the fact that she does in fact want to talk about opening up borders of operation to Nighthaven. So what?
Okay, Hereditary and Midsummer, best psychological horror / thriller movie. I haven't seen Midsummer. No, I haven't seen it. Ethan, have you seen Midsummer?
I haven't seen Motsiba nor Hereditary. Hereditary is sitting in my downloads folder since Daniel.
See, I'm not I'm not a huge fan of like psychological horrors and things like that. Or like horrors in general.
Like honestly, I don't enjoy horrors because they just make me bored.
Okay, I just don't enjoy horror because I'm a little pansy. I can't handle my horror movies. I literally get scared. So I anything that's like linked to horror or stuff like that, I tend to not watch it. But I think I've gotten more lenient on that. I watched Mandy, and that's like a thriller type of movie. So that I can take that. I can take it up till then. So anything on par with Mandy is a good movie. And I can actually sit down and watch it. It's just the type of movies that I'm into. But yeah, oh, those movies are in Dylan's top 10 favorite movies. Ooh, that's actually quite interesting. That is quite interesting. You would Dylan says he was depressed after Hereditary. Is it actually that bad? Like, is it a psychological, like, is it that like hectic that it messes with you, with just the way you are? I've never seen it, so I can't add my 2 cents. It just gave you PTSD, Jackie. I'm so sorry, but maybe you can watch it. I'll watch it, and then for next week's podcast, if you guys want, we can have like a horror. We talk about some horror movies or some psychological horrors, and like kind of have a tier list. I think we should also have like a community tier list on these like different stories, and having which ones are good, which ones are bad, and which moments in horror movies are good and which moments in horror movies are bad. You'd rewatch? Okay, I don't even want to rewatch anything of this sort. I don't want to rewatch horror movies. I think the last horror movie I watched, it was, remember when we used to go to Dean's house and we watched, what is it?
We saw Mandy. We saw the World Tenenbaums at his house.
No, the horror movie, that Spanish one.
That was your house, dude.
No, it was
Veronica.
Veronica. That's the last horror movie I watched, and that was a weird one, dude. So if you guys don't know, it's like a horror movie about this chick who gets a Ouija board and does this whole calling of the spirits, and then she doesn't finish it, so the spirits are like kind of trapped in the real world, so she doesn't send it back, and the spirit like literally makes her go crazy, and you just see like the weirdest things in the world, dude. It is so weird. It is like literally messed up, and I don't think I'll ever watch that again. It was demons coming out from underneath mattresses, and it was based on a true story. That's the thing that literally is so scary. It was based on a true story. Just that fact. Let that sink in. Based on a true story. That's when I'm like, I'm done. Because like, if horror movies aren't actually real, you can kind of use that to your advantage. Be like, oh no, this thing's not real. You kind of put your mind at ease. But if it's based on a true story, I saw some fun. I'm out, guys. That's when I like close the film and then go to my bed. Make sure I cover my whole body with my blanket, because for some reason your blanket is the be all and end all of everything. If you have one piece sticking out, you're gone. You're gonzos. You're gonskis. That thing's gonna catch you.
Oh.
Hmm?
No, I was doing myself.
What are you thinking?
No, I thought my stuff was lagging for a bit, so that was all. You wrote.
Jackie says horror movie isn't real, therefore The Nun and all that isn't real, therefore religion isn't real, therefore I solved it. Big brain, big giga brain right there.
Checkmate.
Honestly. Okay, now he's made. God doesn't exist. I did it, boys. Top 10 questions scientists can't answer. I did it. Jackie did it in chat right here. He did it. Big giga brain. Jackie should be a scientist. Scientist Jackie.
Can't let my mind just look at him as silence.
White Asian boy, how you doing? How you feeling? I see you in chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh my word, just this interaction here.
Alright,
I do still want to talk about where we can't operate. Like, and we will at a later stage. And Harry does talk like that. He does that, and we will at a later stage. If you've seen the cinematics, you literally just embodied Harry. Do you want to play him? Do you want to voice act? Nah.
Hi. Dude, here's the thing about me with accents and stuff. You know how you sound different from how other people hear you? So I
What
could
do you mean? How do I sound different?
Dude, the way I sound in my head and the way I hear myself, like, in a mic, is so different. Like, I don't like, in my head, I don't actually have that high pitch of a voice. But if I listen to these podcasts, my voice sounds like a 10-year-old talking. My balls haven't dropped yet. And in my head, I could be thinking I'm making the perfect Italian accent, or the perfect Spanish accent, or the perfect Russian accent. But then I hear what other people hear, and it's just all off. Like, it's just all off.
Okay. Don't think too down on yourself. You have a perfectly manly voice. You sound like a corpse husband.
Thank you.
This. You literally.
It should be exterior. I realized I put the header wrong.
No,
it should be.
No, it's interior. It's. Oh, do you want to see? Are we viewing this from the inside?
Okay. Let's decide. Should it be on like a surface or in a metal corridor?
Where the explosion happens.
Where we begin, like if we follow a mine, he's about to do his thing, like.
It should be in the corridor. I think that's where it happens. Like he throws it. Like the action is, think about it like this. The action is they backed in the corner. They see that there's a way to escape. So they're running, and Wamai would instinctively throw his things so that they could stop throwing grenades and stuff like that. And instead of the grenade going where it wants to go, it goes to the magnet, and the magnet explodes, thus like creating a ripple effect of explosions.
Okay. Okay, so Kali should be with him at this point. They're both in the same corridor.
They're both in the same corridor, yes. Because yeah, Kali has to be in this.
Okay, so
Jackie says if you hold your hands up and cover the front of your ears. Oh, if you do, like if you just put them like next to your face and then like just in front of your ears, and then yeah, you start speaking. You can. It's the way your sound. It's the way that you actually sound. I never actually tried that, but I've heard people talk about that. Ethan, you should do that more often. Do that exercise just to check in the morning. Do it just to check if you sound like a kid, and then after doing that exercise, then think about if you want to speak for the whole day or not.
wow.
Just do it as an exercise, as a fun exercise. Just try it out. I swear. I think it might be good. I think it might be beneficial for you.
Okay. Whoa. There we go. Kali is with urgency. That's what I'm looking for. Kali is.
In this situation, I don't think Kali would have a rifle. I think she would have a secondary. What does she have now?
It's a machine pistol, and I think a
machine. Yeah, I think she will have a machine pistol. Yeah. Jackie says the benefit is that you won't hear him talk ever again. True. I'll just it's just a podcast with me talking to myself the whole time and asking Ethan. Ethan doesn't respond.
Or I could just talk, or I could just like have like a text to speech plugin. You know, I could sound like Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking's. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's just robot Ethan. That would be very interesting and very funny. One Somalian parrot.
He calls the pin.
Oh, so it's gonna be like a reactive kind of thing, where when he pulls the pin, he just sees this happening and like, instead of it coming to them, he's like magnet, throws it, and then it goes connects to that.
Yeah.
Feed the Beast giving us a link to go watch a Wamai to help us with our writing of the Wamai character. I see the video. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna play it because this is not a joke. Do I look like a joke to you? I'm joking. But we're not gonna play it. But if you guys want to watch it, I think it looks like a very funny video.
And it's Magnet, right? Like
Magnet.
Such a dumb name.
Magnet. Yeah. The R6 community. I mean the dev teams have just run out of names to call their items or their gadgets.
Oh, I can't spell.
It's fine. This is a no judge zone. We will not judge you on your spelling.
Actually, when is it disc spelled with a C and when is it spelled with a K?
Disc with a C is like, isn't disc with a C like the thing that you put into your computer? I mean, not in your computer, into like machine, like the CDs, that type of disc.
Okay, we gotta use disc with a C because that's more closer to our version of English because K is with American English.
Oh yeah, no.
I just looked it up.
We don't want to be Americans. We want to be British English speakers. We follow the Queen's English. And I think for the explosion, like if we do end up,
Wait, hold on. What does Wamai say when he throws out a disc?
I'll research it. What does Wamai say when you?
We'll talk later. The longer we wait, the more breaths we take. The world is never truly still. Tango located. Tango located. Magnets ready. Let them come. Wait here! They have arrived.
Magnet
Deploying
ready.
razor wire. C4 activated. Detonating explosives. Giving aid! Impact out. Throwing impact. Throwing impact! Device out. Flash out. Flashbang. Flash out. We have the hostage. Claymore ready. Breach charge deployed. Perimeter defense active. Breach charge primed. Breach charge is hot. Barricade up! Stand by for breach! Alarm out! Alarm online! Window secured. Placing camera. Shields up! Shields ready! Floor reinforced. Reloading! Reloading. Target detected. Target located. Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
Wamai's voice lines are actually really like his voice, like, oh dude, so good. I think it's right about here.
Deploying Claymore! Setting breach charge. Breach charge is hot. C4 set! Setting C4! C4 deployed! Breaching now. Breaching. Camera deployed. Floor reinforced! Floor Mags. Drone active. Drone active. Enhance your calm. Hostile spotted! Second floor. Third floor. Fourth floor. Rest here. I won't be long. Don't move. I'll get you through this. I promise. Wait here now! Razor wire up. Razor wire up! Detonating C4. Throwing impact grenade. Impact in play.
Okay,
Adding overwatch. Throwing frag.
I've said that he threw it in a I've said that he threw it in a control room. So like they blew up a bunch of like so there's like a desk of a whole bunch of buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's completely destroyed. So like things are going haywire. There's probably like going to be an explosion from the window. Maybe one of the VIPs maybe there could have been a VIP in that room as well.
I mean, if they are captured by pirates, and at this point in time, I mean, they would have kind of cleared everyone out, or not cleared, but in the process of clearing people out. So when they do throw it in the control room, it could have a rippling effect, like we said, and the explosion could be like big enough to cause the rest of the, would I say the building? No. But like, okay, yeah, the rest of the building to like kind of collapse, or a huge portion of the building to collapse, or the oil rig, and trapping like, or injuring a couple of casualties, like, you know, including the Somalian pirate.
Okay, so far, it's my Spotify, man. Okay, there's a massive fresh corpses among some assault rifles. From my stares in horror as the destroyed control desk in the center of the room. There are several dials on the walls. Their needles Okay, their needles all reaching the danger zone. I'm just gonna see the red zone. Let me just call it the red zone. I don't know if that's actually what you call it, but there's a bunch of dials and all their needles are at the furthest they can go, just rapidly.
Yeah.
All of the rest of the rig's deck. I'm gonna say deck. I don't know marine infrastructure, so I'm just gonna use words that feel intuitive.
Dylan says he redeemed and asked me anything film related. Ethan, what is your favorite film of all times?
That is a tough question because
That is literally the hardest question ever.
I'm very bad at choosing favorites. Like I have difficulty doing it, so I can't mention one I like about all of them all. So I can just mention ones that I like, that I think are the best ones I've seen, but I can't recommend one singular one.
Let's say from now when you started film school till now.
Started film school. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't say some of the ones I.
Or
Okay,
I
one
mean, if you have something from back then, okay. Let's take it into tiers, right? When it's like the first film till high school, and then we have from high school till like, well, wait, from the beginning of high school till the end of high school, and then we have from film school till now. So we have four. Was it 3 or 4? 3. So primary school, high school, and university. What films do you remember as being the best films in those 3 eras of your life?
Okay, I'm gonna have a tough time with our childhood one because there will be films I enjoyed, but I'm not sure I could say I appreciate them from a filmic standpoint. Mostly just because like they just be good movies, but not.
I mean,
good
if they're
movies
good movies, they're good movies.
This is gonna sound weird, but a good movie I remember from my childhood was The Sound of Music.
Ooh, that's actually a really good movie. I enjoyed The Sound of Music as well when I was a kid, but that was not my favorite. I do from my childhood. I think my favorite movie was Spider-Man, and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Literally couldn't stop watching that trilogy was the banger. I couldn't stop watching it. I literally watched it on repeat every day.
I just remembered like something. Here's the thing. I think when it comes to a lot of movies like that, or actually no, I think generally, I think my memory isn't the best. So I'll probably think of better answers later, like an hour later. But I will say one thing: the Bruce Lee movies. My dad on my hard drive like years ago, like we just had a whole bunch of random movies and series and stuff, and one of which was a folder with 4 Bruce Lee movies, and like we always made fun of those like old Chinese movies with weird dubbing because we thought, funny movies like this, it's really funny. But watching the Bruce Lee movies, it really made me appreciate just how much work goes into those movies. Bruce Lee was the shit, and I have a great appreciation for Chinese kung fu movies. And like, dude, those Bruce Lee movies were so awesome. Like I remember one of them. I think the first one of them I saw was when he went to some Kung Fu island to complete in some sort of illegal martial arts tournament. That was kind of like the James Bond movie.
I think, was that like No, that's not Enter the Dragon. That was like with that dude with the claw hand.
I think so.
Yeah, and then
a lot of these movies have weird abstract titles to them, so it's tough to remember.
I don't remember the name of the movie.
There is one which I think did stand out to me, and there's one movie when Bruce Lee, I don't know if he's a teacher or he's a student at this kung fu school, and it's a Chinese school, and then the neighboring Japanese martial arts school, they end up into some sort of civil war where like their teachers and their dojo masters, they're getting executed and hung up in signposts. Like it was like a movie. Yeah, it was a civil war between a Chinese martial arts school and a Japanese martial arts school, and it was like a civil war, man. It was awesome.
Jesus. Anyways, so that's like, would you say that's like high school? No, that's like when you were young. High school movies. What was your favorite movie? And this
I think that's when like my filmic education sort of began. I would say Fight Club because I feel embarrassed to say it because people are like, oh, obviously Ethan's gonna say Fight Club. It's like a
Oh,
classic.
people
but,
don't know you.
Nah, but if viewer's gonna say something in chat if he's watching the stream, like of course Benji's gonna talk about Fight Club. Okay, it would have to be Fight Club. I just started watching Tarantino at that point, so I would say Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore Henry, like damn, like I feel people don't talk about that movie. Like it was so big, like leading up to it, and then people just stopped talking about it once it released. And I really think that movie deserves so much more attention. I think people can dismiss it. I think people dismiss it as just like a basic action movie that happens to be first person, but for real, that movie was so awesome, and I think it deserved a lot more attention than it got.
Okay.
Hardcore Henry, guys, check it out.
Hardcore Henry. Mine. I actually don't even remember some of the movies that I watched when I was in high school.
Yep.
I did like. I kind of don't remember the good ones. I know I watched a lot of movies. There's not like one that stands out for sure. But what I do remember during that time is I watched a lot of, again, superhero movies and a lot of like weird abstract-y movies that were like I just look up the title, like a weird movie, and I just go watch it, something like that. So those weird movies, like some of them I did like, but I don't remember the titles now. But one movie that I do remember watching and that I really enjoyed was the Batman. Specifically the one with, I think it's Dark Knight Rises. That was a really good movie for me in high school. I know it's kind of generic, but like, again, that was a really good movie for me in high school. Jackie's saying that the movie that you could be talking about is Ip Man. Oh, Ip Man, not Bruce Lee. The Civil War movie. Oh, the Civil War movie was the Ip Man movie. But yeah, high school could be Batman, something like that. And university, there's so many movies that I've watched in college, university type, when I was like after I left school. And there's so many like really, really good movies that I watched, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is the best thing in the world. I think, yeah. I think when I was in high school, actually, let me change that. In high school, I do remember watching Birdman. Amazing movie.
Oh, dude.
Birdman,
Budapest Hotel. I forgot about those completely.
Yeah, no, Birdman is the movie that I watched in high school, and that was the best movie ever. When I watched it at the end of my high school career, so and I thought this is really cool.
Oh, dude. I just thought of another one that I really, really enjoyed, like in high school. Have you seen Vertigo?
The which one? Which Vertigo?
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred. Yeah, I have. Apparently, it's like makes people sick. The Vertigo effect.
Oh, dude, like the movie. I loved that movie. Like, yo. Like it was like one of the first movies I saw that really showed me like how slow movies could be so entertaining.
I haven't seen that. But then in high school, I think one of the after high school, one of my favorite movies. I'll give you three, and the ones that come to mind every time when someone asks me what's your favorite movie is Arrival, Moonlight, and In the Mood for Love. Those are the three movies that like come to mind every time. So I don't know. Do what you may with that. Mandy can be there, but like not like it, I didn't learn. Well, I did learn a lot from it, but it's not there. It's not there yet. Ethan, your three favorite movies after leaving.
Okay, if I just have to pick three, just have to pick three. Okay,
or you can choose one. You do you.
No, I'm just trying to think like what. I'm just trying to think like what, because when you pick three, there are others you really enjoy that you wish would also get the spot, and other people might not know about. But I will definitely say, regardless of how many I'm choosing, I'm gonna put in like Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, made by the same director who made Old Boy. That movie was.
I mean, we keep talking about this movie all the time.
Diverse movie.
It's so good.
It fits the whole like the classic cinema thing that a lot of people find pretentious, but also has a very how do I say? Has a lot of tropes which I think a lot of people will gel with. There's a lot of anime-ish tropes to it as well, and which I find it very odd considering that it was considering who it was made by. For example, the main character, green hair, and he at one point he starts fighting a bunch of goons in a skyscraper with a baseball bat, like some flippin' anime protagonist who has to escape circumstances by fighting his way through. It's, whew,
Really
I
good.
don't know. It makes me smile. The movie makes me smile. Like not because of what it contains, but because of how good it is.
The movie just makes me smile. Yeah, dude, that movie's really good. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom quickly. I'll allow Ethan to entertain you. I'll be back like in 2 minutes.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to divide my monitor. Between chat and
just continue talking about the last two favorite movies that you have.
Okay, it's gonna be a bit tough, because like I said, I have issue ranking things that I consider the best. But so I'm just gonna be spitballing. I'm probably gonna cheat and go above the 3 if I can think of any. But as Morse mentioned earlier, the movie Mandy, guys, watch Mandy. It's made by a guy called Panos Cosmatos, and in that bit, it's where Nicolas Cage unleashes the beast. It's more than that, but it's a movie which takes on the aesthetics of, say, like a metal album cover, and has a lot of synthwave music that sounds a bit like synthwave. And guys, something which is very apparent in the movie. You know what film grain is? The movie uses that a lot because that's just its whole aesthetic. Things are made to look like it was recorded on some really, really, really small film, and it's a feast for your eyes. It's just color and in every frame. Shades of red, shades of blue, shades of green, orange, purple. It's like looking into a kaleidoscope a bit. It can get overwhelming at times, but you do get used. Not overwhelming. It can be a bit tough to adjust to your eyes sometimes, but you just you get used to it very quickly.
What's this?
I'm talking about Mandy. I want to watch Mandy, but have you putting it off? Or check it out, dude. You really
watch
should.
Mandy. You're literally doing yourself a disservice by not watching it.
It's not. I say like the eyes thing. The thing about the visuals, it can be a bit tough to get used to initially.
Easy.
But
It's
not.
easy to get used to.
But it's by far the film. It's by far not an inaccessible film like a lot of movies that some pretentious film snobs would recommend. Like this movie, it's you can take it from both angles, both as a really a really cinematic intellectual movie, and as a cool action movie that you can just show your buddy from down the road to. It's got everything. It's got everything. Definitely a departure from the guy's previous film. Have you seen Beyond the Black Rainbow, by the way?
Yes, I have. It's also a very weird film. I think Beyond the Black Rainbow is more weird than Mandy. Extra weird.
Yeah, it's more intellectual.
Yeah. It is. But just when I first watched it, when I watched it the first time, I was like, I don't understand this. I don't know what's going on. But then I had to watch it again. I don't like not knowing what's going on in the movie, so I had to watch it a second time and a third time, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, let me think. The third movie. You see, there's quite a lot of other movies I could mention, but because you put me on the spot and have to make me only pick 3.
You can just have 2 if you want. You
I don't want 2. I want 4.
Why do you want 4? Why do you want 4?
3,
No, 3 is a good number. 3 is a good number.
Okay, I don't want. I'm trying to pick one without making the others feel bad.
It's not like they will hear you and become shit movies after you've picked the others.
Bro, I do feel that flippin' Good Time and Ex Machina and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is gonna feel bad if I don't pick them. So I gotta pick my.
You just literally mentioned them, so they had honorable mentions. But what's?
Dude, but I could give a ton of honorable mentions. I also don't. Okay, fine. I will pick one. It's so tough though, because. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pick Under the Silver Lake. I could have chosen a different one, but I think today I'm picking Under the Silver Lake.
Today you feel like Under the Silver Lake?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, Under the Silver Lake, guys, it's if you guys know anything about A24, then you'll probably understand what kind of movie this is, but
I think A24 did what did they do? They did Moonlight. They
They did
did.
Moonlight. They did The Killing of a Sacred Deer. They did Mid-90s. They did Florida Project.
They also did Midsummer, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Hereditary.
And Hereditary.
And Ghost Story, and they made a lot of
Okay.
movies. Let's just
So
leave it
they've
at that.
actually done a lot of indie, like really nice indie movies that we've actually heard 3 movies that were mentioned, or a couple movies that were mentioned in this chat that are from A24.
A24. Yeah, that's kind of the whole deal. Like they'll make high budget indie movies. I say high budget indie movies because like they're still very renowned directors making movies like that. They'll say I made this movie for less than $20 million, but that's still like that's still a lot of money to me. Like to make. Honestly, like I feel like a lot of movies that make in Hollywood could be made so much cheaper, but because it's Hollywood, you're expected to pay so much money. Even Small Potatoes is considered like more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime to me. You know.
That is very true.
Okay, but back to Under the Silver Lake. It's in LA, so okay, I think that'll turn off a lot of people. But it's a neo-noir movie where that almost follow that kind of. Actually, don't know how to lead into the sentence. Okay, do you guys know how? I think there'll be some conspiracy theories or rumors that there's a secret cult living in Hollywood. You know, there are things like that. This movie is about that. It's a noir movie where this guy, he meets this girl, but she goes missing like the next day. So he goes and tries to find out about her. And as he does, he gets into this underground society, not underground society, but he starts seeing all these secret messages and these and getting into these weird conspiracy theories about how how there's a big cult of celebrities in Hollywood. It's very good. It's also very, okay, I think it'd be a tough movie to get into. It's not something I'd recommend for everyone, because it can feel a bit tough inaccessible is the word that comes to mind. So I think it's still a good movie, but I don't think it's a movie you could just recommend your mom or your little brother watch, you know?
That's very true. So yeah, those are picks of good movies or our favorite movies. Jackie coming in with another one. What's your favorite adult film actress? Actor. I don't know. You get to choose actor or actress. I'm
not going to answer that question.
I don't know. I don't even know the
That's a conversation for Discord, not for stream.
Honestly, like I don't even know their names. I don't.
The lecturer said Under the Silver Lake was dope. Yes, we have someone who's seen this movie. Please spread the word. Tell us what you thought
Under
of it.
the Silver Lake is dope.
Like,
it's very good, very nice.
Just spread the love. That I feel like I'm asking too much. I don't know why.
Ace says Johnny Sims, of course. Okay, Ace is a Johnny Sims type of dude. I think mine's Ria Rodriguez. I don't even know. That's only one that I know of. Lava Pancakes, how you doing? How you doing? Have you been lurking this whole time? You're only coming to pop your head up when we talk about adult actress or actors? Do you want to share your favorite? Because I know you just came out of nowhere. Just came out of nowhere. But yeah, those are our favorite. Yeah, I've been lurking, and you only decide to pop your head out now when we're talking about controversial stuff. Ricardo Milo. I miss having Ace in my chat. I miss him so much because he knows how to keep Lava Pancakes in check, you know. And Jimmy going again spitting on it. Why are you spitting, Jimmy? Stop spitting. It is uncalled for. I can support on my side. I do appreciate you supporting Lava Pancakes. It's much appreciated. I think Ace is just here. Ace is just here to keep the peace, right? I do hope that he is here, or is he here just to shit on you? And then he has, I think, yeah, Ace is here to shit on you, and then he has Joey in the corner just hyping you up, hyping Sean up. This is like, yeah, and weird people. So we have decided that the explosion is gonna go from the outside. Like we're gonna see the explosion.
Okay. I had an extra full stop there. Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay. Who should speak next as they're on the roof and there's the helicopter just spitting its blades?
I think this is where like the final words say, like Harry says. No, no one says anything. But this is when the helicopter's going. It's like taking off. Mai and Kali are going into the helicopter, and Harry's just chilling there, standing, and you know, doing his, like just standing there and doing the whole fair do goodbye stuff. And Ash is like turns to him and asks him what happened at the oil rig, and then he just like walks away, like begins to walk away. And Harry says, in due time. I don't know. What would Harry say instead of saying... what's a nice quirky thing he would say?
Wait, you mean to Ash?
Yeah, to Ash.
Well, he could just be super blunt, like she asks what happened at the oil rig, and like... Oh, wait, no, considering we see explosions, like, okay, we actually have to change the question.
How bad was it? Oh, nah. Or do you want to do them leaving and then do that whole oil rig explosion thing happen after they've gone on the... And then when Ash asks what happened on the oil rig, and then you have the flashback to the explosions, and then... Or just the explosion part. I don't know.
I think just splitting those flashbacks would just kind of not really work anymore.
So what? Okay, what is a good question for them to ask?
Let's ask chat. Like, guys, if you've been following the script so far, we now have they've sorted out a deal, and we now know what happened at the oil rig between Mamai and Kali. Now as Mamai and Kali leave in the helicopter, Ash asks Harry one final question, and then we'll cut to black the moment immediately after Harry answers. The thing is, though, guys, what do you think Ash should be asking Harry? Initially, she was going to ask him what happened at the oil rig, but that is all being shown in
a flashback.
In the actual flashback. So, what do you guys think? Post your questions. Like, what do you think Ash would ask Harry?
I just feel like I'm gonna get trolled. Or we are both gonna get trolled. Anyways, I'm here to chill, but lava starts it. Okay, I think lava is the problem in the situation, because it was all peaceful until lava came in. I mean, what a possible question that could be asked. That's actually difficult.
Okay, is cheeky the right word? Like, smug gives a smug smile? I'm gonna leave cheeky, but you get what I mean with... Okay, yeah, let's put that in. Why don't we just put that in? Hey, Harry, you like jazz?
You like jazz? Okay.
Gosh, BB movie was stupid.
Where did that come from? Where did the hatred for B movie come from? Why are you hating B movie? That movie was the pinnacle of primary school. I even played the game. I had the game on Xbox 360. That's how flippin' cool that movie was. Where you fly around as a bee. I even played it at Spur.
Playing games at Spur.
Waiting for my burger to come. Dude, my cheeseburger. Always had a cheeseburger. There's no purpose. I always used to look at the people that ordered pizzas weirdly when they ordered pizzas from Spur, because
how come?
Pizza, you get a pizza place for pizza. Go order a pizza from Debonair's. Go order a pizza from Romans. Remember Scooter's Pizza? Go order pizza there. Don't come to a meat establishment like Spur, who's literally flame grilled. and order a pizza. You're wasting their time. Literally. Just go order a burger. Do like what all normal kids do. Whenever I had a party, there was always that one kid who had a pizza. And I was like, why? Why do you have a pizza? Everyone else is having beef burgers.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Like, it's not a bad thing, but just so you know, I'm gonna be silently judging you if you order a pizza. This is not sponsored by Spur. Don't. That brings us to the intermission.
If that's the case, you're probably gonna hate what I'm about to say, but I flippin' love Spurs nachos.
Nachos are fine. Right?
But
Nachos
there's
are
no
fine.
meat in them. It's
No, but
we go to a meat establishment. It's flame grilled, but you haven't.
No. Nachos is fine. Nachos is fine. That's the only exception. But a pizza, why? Why do that to yourself? Why order a pizza? Anyways, I think after this script that we are going to do, what we can do is have a poll, and I think now is the best time to start the poll, for ideas for the next script that we should do. We had
not on Twitter. Yeah, not on Twitter.
Yeah, we're gonna start it here, and have like just a rough idea of what everyone wants, or at least have you guys put in your suggestions for other adaptations that we can do. What we did have on one of the polls, one of the options were to do a Borderlands story, and I know Borderlands stories would be really nice because of how Ethan has been speaking so much in depth about Borderlands, and he's like, I already have a concept and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to see that concept. We also had Warframe on there. So if you guys have anything else that we didn't mention in this, to write an adaptation for, please let us know in chat. What is your favorite video game? What video game do you think that like should have an adaptation and like should be cool? We had other recommendations for Genshin Impact, but like that's still a new game. There's nothing going on. Other people were like Farming Simulator. Okay, buddy, why are you trolling us with Farming Simulator? Why? Others. What was also the other one?
Sharon suggested Amnesia.
Amnesia was also a nice one that we got, which will be very interesting to write. Mount a Friend. I have never played that game, so I don't know.
Oh, dude, you've never seen people play that? It's it's a physics-based perfect flash game where you stand, your friend like has to. Actually, not. I think describing it would do nothing. Just watch a video of it.
Wait, try describe it.
Oh well, okay. It's like I think it was mainly Flash. You just have to, and your joints are like pivots, and you have to climb onto your friends, and you submit like, and then you just choose how you want to stay on your friend.
Oh, wait.
I'm sorry, describing it's gonna be super weird. Just look up a screenshot, just for my sake, because I think I'm gonna embarrass myself. I keep describing it because
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm having trouble describing it. Bow. Okay, what if Ash said? So what happened to the people on that? So what happened? Wait, what happened to the oil rig? He could just say it sank.
Yeah, that sounds.
Wait, should I say the oil rig or that? Or no, the oil rigs.
No, or do you think he should respond? I don't think he should respond. I think it should end like that. But just write the response there. Just write it there, just as a placeholder, and then yeah. I think if we do it like that, it will be way better. So that we don't actually just limit ourselves. Dylan says writing a manga story, but in a Saw scenario.
Dude, here's the thing. I don't want to. You see, I can't. Here's the thing. You know, when you're describing a game, like games have unique identity to them. So you have to want to write. We want to pick something we can write about, so we can specifically say, this belongs to that game, instead of it just being a game that has a similar story. Like we can't write this. Like I don't think we could write a movie about, say, armor or mangas or something like that, because it would just be like either we're writing a war movie or we're just writing a story that's like the thing. You know, there has to be some uniqueness to the actual IP itself. You understand
like
why we just wrote a movie about Armor 3. You understand why people wouldn't understand that that's Armor 3 or why it belongs to that. You know what I mean?
I think the only thing that would link
generic war movie number 2.
The only thing that would link it is just the characters that and also like just the IP of the things.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Sometimes the name isn't enough. Like let's take a story. Let's take a story from a Call of Duty game. I think the story from if people made a movie about Modern Warfare 1, people would obviously say, "Dude, that's Call of Duty. That's Modern Warfare." But if you took the same story from like one of the World War II games, even if you had the same names, like people wouldn't really consider it a Call of Duty movie. You understand? Because sometimes the name isn't enough. And I do think like the character. I do think there are a lot of named characters from like at least the new Call of Duty World War II, and I don't think there are any names in like the first Call of Duties. But you get what I mean. Have the name isn't enough to identify.
Exactly. So like for example, the Warframe franchise, we have so many like that is kind of a perfect example where we have freedom to do whatever we want, but also using, say, for like. You can use the Tenno side of the story. You can use like some of the the scenarios that you can be in a Warframe. We can do we can do a story about certain characters and how they like their backstory, something like that. And Borderlands, again, we have the world of Borderlands and like all those are kind of iconic places. But we can also take it, like Ethan had the idea of doing the Vault Hunters after the last Borderlands, like a whole new world. But the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 are the villains, right? That's what we said. They're the villains, and now we have a whole new set of Borderlands, a whole new set of Vault Hunters who are here to try and like defeat these like, what would you say, these legendary old Vault Hunters. So that would be interesting, and then you have to create your own new characters and how they use and how they like react and all that stuff, which is pretty interesting. What else? Amnesia is also like, it already has a story. We could take like the concept of Amnesia and have a new character going through the same thing. Yeah, but like in a weird, nice way. I don't know what else. But it does sound like it could be an interesting thing. I'm still like a little bit set on the idea of having a Borderlands type of story, but just like a short story. And maybe like even making it into a longer story. GTA 5 in an anti-heroes.
In an anti-hero scenario, that's basically GTA 5 already, though.
It is basically GTA 5. The only thing again would be the characters. I think that would like, we'll consider that. I'll consider that.
Yeah, that'd be a bit tough though for me because I've never gotten into GTA. Like, it went when growing up with my PS2. Like, my parents never really let me play games above my age rating, so while everyone was playing Call of Duty and GTA, I wasn't, you know?
You were playing, what's it, Viva Pinata?
I was like Ratchet Clank and like stuff like that, and Kingdom Hearts.
Pegasus.
Oh yeah, I was playing the My Little Pony MMORPG, dude. That's what I was doing when I was in primary school.
Why would you play that? You were playing Lego Spider-Man, Lego...
Dude, don't bash the Lego games, bro.
I'm not bashing
Lego
them.
Star Wars was flipping amazing,
I'm not even
bro.
bashing them.
Lego Star Wars 2
I'm not even bashing them. I'm just saying that's what you were playing.
Remember Lego Star Wars, man.
We should actually. Can you still get those games and play them?
Yeah, the Lego Star Wars trilogy. There's a trilogy on PC as well.
Yeah, but can you still? Is it split screen or can you play over?
I think
Steam has that new feature that allows.
Actually, it wasn't. Dude, the Lego Star Wars games were never split screen. It was just like it was co-op, but it was like a shared image. It was one of those.
Yeah. But like, can you still do that now, or do you have to have someone
you should
sitting
be able
next to
to.
you?
You should be able to do that, like with Steam's remote play thing.
How about the young podcast goes into playing Star Wars and all that stuff?
Imagine.
Nah, that would be good.
Actually,
We only play video games that have been adapted into films, or vice versa. Films that have been adapted into video games.
Are you talking about the Writer's Den thing? Because like we're talking about games that haven't been adapted to movies.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that instead of like we have an extra thing that has like it's almost like the Writer's Den, but we have like the gaming den where we review video games that have turned into movies and movies that have turned into video games, vice versa. Like,
okay, that's gonna be a bit of a.
We don't play games like Among Us or anything like that because they don't have a movie. We only play like the Lego Batmans, the Batman adaptations, anything that's co-op. Or is this other games like Ratchet and Clank? Oh no, but that's single player. I don't know, something like that.
Ratchet and Clank, it's Ratchet and Clank you can do co-op, and I remember, dude, like when we had Ratchet Gladiator, my brother's friend gave them a multi-tap, and we were just like playing 4 dudes playing the multiplayer of Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet Gladiator.
That's actually fun. Seems like a fun idea.
Yeah, that was really awesome. Anyway, I think we're done with the script. Like,
we just spoke through the whole of the script. The script's looking quite nice. I think what we should do again is after the stream, like when we're all done and when we've closed up stream, we should just go review it and we'll post it. I don't know, like I think is the best time to discuss what we will do with this. A friend of ours, Paraplegic, I don't know if he's in chat, he suggested that we just post it and try push it to Ubisoft and have like a script, stuff like that. I said, I don't know. I think it's a good thing to do. We have like nothing to lose though. So it could be an interesting thing that we do. That's again after revising and all that stuff. Or we just like archive it and then go for other things. You know, carry on with the journey and carry on with the things that we want to do. I don't know. I actually don't know what to do. But I'm not opposed with the idea of sending it to Ubisoft or like trying to get the R6 community to like get hype about it and then do some cool stuff. Aish, Ethan, what do you think?
It doesn't actually bother me what we do with it because I'm fine with not doing anything with it because I consider this an exercise. But I also agree with the fact that we don't have anything to lose if we actually did send this to someplace. So I'm cool with any option because I'm cool with anything really.
I'm also cool with anything, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. You gotta put positive things, the things that you want to happen.
So I can accept this for what our initial intention was, an exercise, a fun thing to do on stream.
Was a fun thing to do on stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that. the process of writing this fantastic script. But we have finished it. We are gonna take away the notes. If you guys do want to read it and do want to like read it properly and read it in your own time, we are going to be posting it on our on the Young Web Series social media, or you can also catch it on my Twitter. The Twitter handle, I think I put my Twitter descriptions in my about page, so just check that out. Follow me on Twitter, and you guys can look at the film, react to it. Hopefully we get people that we can actually I don't know, promote it. I don't know, get like traction behind it. Basic thing, just get traction behind it. Maybe it will be in front of Ubisoft's face, and then we can actually get it big. But I don't know, kind of nervous about doing stuff like that. I'm just like flipping through my thing. I'm kind of nervous doing things like that because again, you never know how this is gonna end up. You never know how it's gonna go. So
Yeah, like you think they could like read the script, think this is trash, and then use it as toilet paper?
I mean, if they do, they'll never hear that. Like, we'll never get to hear them and hear them say that it's trash. So that's a plus side. That's a plus side.
So, okay, so do you actually want us to decide, like, if we're doing this again, do you actually want us to like poll up the next game now, or do you want to save it for Twitter?
I'll save it for Twitter, but I just want people's recommendations. We have a Ratchet and Clank recommendation, which we can also. I think it will be easy to do.
I don't know. I think I'm too unfamiliar. I haven't played Ratchet and Clank in so long, and I think I'm too unfamiliar with it at that point to actually make any sort of accurate depiction. Because writing a Ratchet and Clank movie is basically making a kids movie, and I think I have trouble doing that.
I don't even know how to make a kids movie. I've literally seen so much shit that I don't think I can make a kids movie anymore. Yeah,
when was the last time you saw the inside of a children's book? Like,
I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, you didn't suggest it. It was just relating to okay, love pancakes.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I do remember. Yes.
So
yeah. Borderlands, Warframe. What else? What are possible things we could put on the poll?
What's a possible like neat movie? Neat video game that we can actually do an adaptation for. We thought Bioshock. Bioshock was one that we didn't add, but I think it would be good. So I think this time we can add Bioshock.
Okay. Do you guys have any suggestions? Please put them in chat. Thank you.
Or if you don't want to talk to us now, go follow the Instagram for. I'm just promoting like go follow the Instagram for the web the young web series, and we will. I think Ethan will put up a suggestion up there, right? Like we did last week. We'll put a suggestion up, and you guys can put in your suggestions for things that you want to see and see us write an adaptation for any video game, hopefully one that has a story.
Lord was keen on the Bioshock thing, so yeah, we're definitely putting that on the poll.
We're gonna definitely put that on the poll, and then we shall actually do it next week. Or next week, I think, because we have so many assignments due, we might just have it like a normal podcast. We won't have a writer's den. But then the following week we will definitely have a writer's den. That's when like everything's kind of simmered down and we're able to like flex our creative muscles and write a neat story. Also gives us time to do some research on the topics as well and the characters, so we can do like a very good depiction of this. No?
Maybe even play the games again. Like
maybe give us enough time to actually play the games again.
All right, let me check out my Steam list. Let's see if there's something interesting there. We could make a wallpaper engine adaptation.
Okay. Why are you being weird? You're being weird.
Darksiders 2. I'm not too. It's been so long since I played that. I didn't even finish the game.
I don't even know what Darksiders is. I haven't played the game before, so I can't.
I'm pretty sure it's like seen a trailer for it though. Like if you look at, you'll know what it is.
Okay. Does it play like Dishonored?
No. Okay. It's third-person hack and slash game.
Okay, no, I'm not.
I'd say it plays a little bit like Devil May Cry, but
I also have not played Devil May Cry.
Accurate.
I haven't played a lot of games.
You know, I would say Portal. But you see, here's the thing. I think Portal is something people have made so many short films about. Like, I'd probably just be like adding
to the multiple amounts.
Yeah.
Plethoras of short films made from.
Yeah, there are like a ton of small like short films based on Portal. So, what? How could we add anything new to it?
I don't know.
Like,
what can we add to it?
I really don't think there's much we can actually add to it because there's so many short films, there's so many mods with new stories. Portal Stories Mel is a very good game, but I don't think we could actually make anything that's actually better than that. I don't think I can think of anything new and creative to add to the Portal universe.
No, don't.
I haven't played Half-Life either, so like I can't even draw from that.
We don't have to. You don't have to make it. Don't have to like stress yourself onto making it, because again, these are just concepts. So
right. Okay, so we know what we want to put on the poll. Are we sticking with 3 games, or do we actually want to put in a 4th?
No, we stick with 3 games because it's easier for everyone. We don't want to give too much decision and all that stuff.
So it's Borderlands, Warframe, Bioshock.
Yeah, buddy. That sounds
Right,
like a good, healthy selection of video games to adapt.
All right,
And
let's
'cause we have
not
enough
get
knowledge.
ourselves like, guys. These are just suggestions. Like they are subject to change. So if you see different ideas on the poll, don't be too surprised. But that's what we're keen on putting on the poll right now.
Yeah,
Those 3.
someone might suggest a really good game on the Instagram, and we might just take that as a consideration over the rest. But yeah, I think we can wrap up. We might have class. I haven't checked. Or
Oh
class
no, the class is postponed.
Oh, it gives me enough time to actually do some of my assignments. To catch up with my assignments.
Yeah, we were meant to be in class 30 minutes ago. If we had class.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But class keeps getting postponed, and yeah, all that jazz. But anyways, that was fun. That was a fun little neat exercise that we did. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys come up with some really interesting stories. Maybe one day while you're playing a video game and you have like a specific section of a story that you want to see, or you want to like hear about, or you want more information about, and then you want like it to be depicted out.
Dude, if you want stuff like that, like what you just described, people often suggest playing, survival games where you're just given tools and there's nothing else to follow. Like take a game like Kenshi or DayZ or Rust or something like that. I think that's, because you've seen videos how people always describe, yo guys, I was going through the forest, I had no resources left, and there were zombies behind me in every direction. Would the next person I see be a friend or a foe? Stuff like that. Waylon is a YouTuber who makes a lot of Rust videos. He does that all the time. Like he always like edits these long Rust sessions into like 20 to 30 minute stories, and they're very.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen his videos like in your recommended feed because his thumbnails look kind of like crayon drawings.
No, I actually haven't seen that. Maybe.
Right, but yeah, so yeah, his name's Waylon. So you just watch any of his videos and know exactly.
I shall do so. I shall check him out. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. Ethan and I I think I'm actually very satisfied with the story. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, same.
I think if we do, and again, I'm just speaking out positivity. If we do post this and people like it and they upvote it or put it on some subreddits and stuff, and then it gets recognized and Ubisoft is like, hey, let's try to get this done. It'll be really nice. I don't think we would. I'm very hesitant in doing it in like making it in live action and keeping it in like the same cartoony style, the animated style that.
If it was actually made into something, I'd want other people to direct it because I think something like this requires greater experience. Greater resource.
What's the harm with letting us direct it? What's the harm? I
Do
feel like
you
we
want it
can.
to look like Bleed? Do you want it to look like Bleed?
Okay, but okay. You gotta think high about yourself. But yeah, that's what we're about to do. So again, if you guys are interested, we'll keep you guys posted on where we post it, and then would like you guys to react, and yeah. I think we're gonna go raid another YouTuber. He's doing a 24-hour stream, so we want to wish him all the best. He was in the chat last time. Jimmy gifted him a sub. Bumfluffski, I hope you guys enjoys. He's really cool. I hope you guys enjoy his content. And you guys stay safe, and yeah, hope to see you guys next time.
Just it.
Cheers, everyone, and
Thanks so much for watching our Writer's Den.
Exactly, our Writer's Den. This is really cool. And enjoy the times, and enjoy the times with this amazing streamer. Anyways,
Cheers.
Enjoy. Cheers.
mainly focused around
All
men's
right,
health.
coolio. I'm
But
gonna
the
go
causes
get myself
go
something to
very,
drink.
very
Cheers.
far